Say hi.
Hi.
Say, haven't seen you in a while.
I see you, Mama.
Oh, you want to show him your belly? Okay. Dad's hair is a wreck. Jeez Louise. All right. Tonight's book is...
Little Mermaid book.
Little Mermaid. All right. Come on.
I say Little Mermaid book.
That's right. Come on. Go.
This is mine.
Yep, this is your blankie.
And I like that blankie.
You've had this since you were a little baby.
Little baby.
Mom and Dad got that for you when you were a little baby. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here we go. The Little Mermaid by Triton. I'm just playing. I don't know who it's by. King Triton, the great sea king, had many daughters who loved the undersea world in which they lived. But Triton's youngest daughter, Ariel, dreamed of the world above the water's surface. The world of humans. What?
Eat food.
Nope. Although her father warned her never to go there, Ariel disobeyed him and went up to the surface quite often. Oh my goodness. It's not good to disobey your parents, is it? That's not a good boy, is it? No, it isn't. Very good. Ariel and her friend Flounder liked to visit Scuttle, the seagull. Scuttle told them all about the human objects that Ariel discovered at the bottom of the sea. One day, Triton found out that Ariel had been making trips to the surface, and the Sea King grew very angry.
What?
Triton, he was angry. She was going up to the surface after he told her not to. This is what we just talked about. He was worried about his daughter's safety, and so he asked his trusted friend Sebastian the Crab to keep an eye on Ariel. Sebastian the Crab. He's a stinker. A few days later, Ariel noticed a ship sailing way up on the surface of the water. "Humans," said Ariel, swimming quickly toward the ship.
It's humans.
I'm going to try to do my best accent for...
About?
Yeah, do you want me to hear my best Sebastian impression? "Oh, no," cried Sebastian. He and Flounder swam after her. "Here she goes again." I'm so bad at accents.
What is that?
It's Sebastian. When Ariel came up above the water, she saw a huge ship filled with sailors who were singing and dancing. Ariel's eyes lit up when she spotted the sailor the others called Prince Eric.
I see Sonic.
That's a whole different thing. It was love at first sight. Suddenly the sky darkened. Heavy rain began to fall and lightning split the sky. Prince Eric's ship was no match for the terrible storm. The ship was tossed on the waves and the prince was thrown overboard. Oh no!
What happened?
He was thrown overboard. "I've got to save him," shouted Ariel. With your fingers. Yeah, somebody wrote on that. She grabbed the drowning prince and swam to shore, drinking milk, pulling him up onto the beach. Prince Eric did not stir as Ariel gently touched his face and sang him a beautiful love song. Soon Ariel heard the prince's crew searching for him. She did not want to be seen by the humans. Yep. Listen to the story. She did not want to be seen by the humans, so she kissed the prince and dived back into the sea.
It's human.
That's right. Are you a human?
No.
Yes, you are. So is Deb Deb.
I'm a human.
You're a human. No, she's not a human. She's a mermaid. Prince Eric awoke to find Sir Grimsby, his loyal steward, at his side. "What happened?" asked Sir Grimsby, happy that Eric was alive. "It was a girl," said the prince, who still looked a little dazed. "A beautiful girl saved me and then sang in the most beautiful voice I've ever heard. I want to find that girl and I want to marry her." Prince Eric, too, had fallen in love. King Triton was furious when he discovered that Ariel had fallen in love with a human. He rushed to the grotto where Ariel kept her collection of human treasures.
What is that?
That's King Triton. He's a merman. The little mermaid tried to reason with their father. "Daddy, I love him," she cried. "I want to be with him." "He's a human, a fish eater," Triton shouted. "No!" Because that's how Triton talks. He raised his magic trident and fired bolts of energy around the cave, destroying all of Ariel's human treasures. Then the mighty Sea King left.
He's a mermaid.
Yeah, he's a merman. Ariel buried her face in her hands and began to cry. Meanwhile, not far away, evil forces were at work in the undersea kingdom. Ursula, the sea witch, who had tried once before to overthrow Triton, was looking for a way to take over. Through her crystal ball, she could see Ariel crying, and an idea came to her.
What's a guy?
And that's not a guy, that's Ursula. You're not far off. I can get the Sea King through his daughter, she realized. I don't remember the movie at all. Ursula sent her slimy eel servants, Flotsam and Jetsam, which are really cool names, to Ariel's grotto. There they convinced the little mermaid that Ursula could help her to get her beloved prince. Ariel was so upset that she ignored Sebastian's warning and swam off with Flotsam and Jetsam to meet with the sea witch. I have a deal for you, my sweet child, began Ursula after Ariel entered the witch's lair. That's Flotsam and Jetsam. Can you say Flotsam and Jetsam?
That's sorry.
Yeah. Yes, said the witch. I will make you a human for 3 days, and you will go to the prince. If you can get him to kiss you before the sun goes down on the 3rd day, you will stay with him forever as a human. If he does not kiss you, then you will turn back into a mermaid, and you will be my prisoner. I don't know why she is half Vincent Price. The price for my services, the witch continued, is your voice. My voice? Asked Ariel in shock. Her voice. I won't be able to talk or sing. How will I get the prince to fall in love with me? There's still a lot of pages left in this. You'll still have your pretty face, replied Ursula. I want to do half of the voices in Don Knotts' voice from now on. After Ariel agreed to Ursula's deal, the sea witch cast a magic spell. An amazing change took place. Okay. Ariel's voice flew from her body and was captured in the seashell around Ursula's neck. Ariel then lost her tail, grew legs, and became a human.
What happened?
She turned into a human. Yep. When she went in search of the prince, Ariel was helped ashore by her friends. She tried to speak to them, but no sound came out at all. Yep. A short while later, Ariel saw Prince Eric, who had been lovesick for her ever since he had heard her sing. At first, the prince thought he recognized Ariel as the girl and rescued him, but when he learned that she couldn't speak, he knew he was wrong. Prince Eric felt sorry for Ariel, who needed a place to stay, so he took her back to his place. Over the next 2 days, Prince Eric grew to like Ariel more and more. During a romantic boat ride, Eric was about to kiss Ariel when Flotsam and Jetsam That's Ariel. When Flotsam and Jetsam overturned the boat. That was too close for comfort, said Ursula, who was watching in her crystal ball. Okay, will you listen to the story? I'll have to take matters in my own hands. Then the sea witch drank a magic potion and changed into a beautiful young maiden. On the morning of the 3rd day, there was a great excitement throughout the kingdom. Prince Eric was going to marry a young maiden he had just met. Yeah. Unfortunately for Ariel, Eric had been put under a spell.
What?
Ursula, disguised as a maiden, had used Ariel's voice, which she carried in the seashell around her neck. Eric now believed that the maiden was the same girl who had saved him from the shipwreck. Poor Ariel was heartbroken. The wedding ceremony was to take place on Prince Eric's new boat. Scuttle, the seagull, flew over the boat just as the bride passed in front of a mirror. Yeah, her reflection was that of the sea witch. Scuttle realized that the prince was being tricked, and he rushed off to explain it to Ariel and the rest of his friends. Sebastian quickly formed a plan. Flounder helped Ariel to get out of Eric's ship, and Scuttle arranged for some of his seagull friends to stall the wedding. What? No. I'm going to tell Triton about this, said Sebastian. Prince Eric and the maiden were about to be married when a flock of seagulls, led by Scuttle, swooped down on the bride, who screamed at the sea witch's voice. Ariel climbed on board just as Scuttle knocked the seashell containing Ariel's voice from around the maiden's neck. This is a weird story, now that I think about it. The shell shattered, and Ariel's voice returned to her. Hello, Eric. I love you, said Ariel.
What?
It was you all along, said Prince Eric. The sun disappeared over the horizon just as they were about to kiss. Ariel's 3 days were up. Immediately she changed back into a mermaid, while the maiden changed back into the sea witch. Ursula grabbed Ariel and dived off the ship. Thanks to Sebastian's warning, Triton was waiting for them in Ursula's lair. I want to do this one in John MacGyver's voice. I'll let your daughter go in exchange for you, cried Ursula. Triton agreed.
What is that?
Triton agreed, and he became Ursula's prisoner. She now had his magic trident and control of the undersea kingdom. All of a sudden, a harpoon struck Ursula in the shoulder. Prince Eric had come to rescue Ariel, who swam to the surface with him. Ursula followed close behind them, and she grew bigger and bigger with anger until she rose out of the water. Oh no, she's getting bigger. Prince Eric swam to his ship and climbed on board. He grabbed the wheel and turned the ship towards Ursula. Just as the sea witch was about to fire a deadly bolt at Ariel from the trident, the prince's ship slammed into Ursula and destroyed the evil witch.
They get bigger.
Yeah, she was getting bigger, but Prince Eric beat her up. Remember like how Dab Dab goes and punches the Monters?
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened with, Prince Eric. He dipped it in the butt, Andy. Now that the witch was dead, Triton was freed. He rose from the sea with his trident.
You not go in there?
No, the sea with his trident back in hand. He could see Ariel watching Prince Eric, who was lying on the shore unconscious. She really does love him, doesn't she? Asked the Sea King. Sebastian, who was nearby, nodded. I'm going to miss her, Triton added. Then he raised his trident and shot a magic bolt at Ariel's tail. The little mermaid's tail disappeared, and once again she had legs. Ariel was now a human, because that's how humans work.
Yeah.
Prince Eric awoke in time to see his beloved, Ariel, running onto the shore. It looked like a period was right there, but someone drew on this. He kissed her, and they were married that day.
Someone drew on this?
Yep. After the wedding, Prince Eric and Ariel sailed off on their honeymoon to live happily ever after. Longest book I've ever read to a small child. Was that a good book?
Yeah.
It was a very good story, wasn't it?
I read it.
My favorite thing was when Don Knotts showed up, because Deb loves Don Knotts.
Me too.
Yeah? Attaboy, Luther! Do you know what that's from?
Yeah.
The Ghost of Mr. Chicken?
You not go in there?
Well, I got to go in there here in just a little bit. Dad's got to eat. But you want to say bye to everyone?
Bye.
Mwah. Bye.
Bye.